In the first segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
That woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate.
At all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
Well, that's ridiculous.
Bill Maher didn't just disagree with Sunny Hostin. He took apart her argument and the broader woke corner of Hollywood with sharp precision and the timing of a seasoned comic. The takedown was so clean the room went silent. The wild part is that both of them lean left, but Maher isn't following the woke rulebook anymore, and he made sure Hostin knew it.
Segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
So what exactly did Maher say that sent woke activists and Hollywood loyalists into meltdown? And what does this clash say about the rift inside the left? Let's break it down because there's plenty to unpack.
Doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
Maher went on The View to promote his new book, but what looked like a simple PR stop turned into a verbal firefight. The left-leaning comedian shocked the room by turning the criticism back on his own side. It all kicked off when Sunny Hostin tried to corner him by asking why he uses the term woke at all.
Me that in the first segment you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
Hostin tried to frame him as a hypocrite, suggesting he was attacking a culture he was part of. Maher saw the setup instantly and refused to play along. He wasn't going to let anyone twist his words into a trap.
Thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know. Want to call it the super far left?
Maher's first move was to dismantle the trap entirely. He pointed out that words evolve and that woke no longer means what it used to. He explained he was referring to the meaning pushed by the extreme fringe of the left. Hostin expected him to backpedal. Instead, she walked straight into his counterargument.
But don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a joke. But,
Too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, you know, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
Then came the moment that changed the tone of the whole segment. Maher said he rethought his own stance when he saw segments of the woke crowd publicly supporting Hamas. He reminded the room that this is a group openly committed to wiping Israel off the map. Despite that, some activists chose to blame Israel for even existing while excusing Hamas. Maher, a lifelong liberal, called the whole thing absurd.
I mean, it's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your values.
Maher followed up by pointing out that most of the women on the panel, including Hostin, would choose to live in Israel over Palestine. He highlighted the freedoms women have in Israel that they wouldn't have under Palestinian leadership. The double standard was impossible to miss.
Women have no, I mean, this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from sexual harassment.
The LGBTQ community as well.
Yes.
That too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world where women are second-class citizens at best.
He pushed the point further by talking about the state of women's rights in many majority Muslim countries that woke activists often defend. His suggestion was simple. If you think these systems are enlightened, go there and see how women are treated. The panel tried to shift back to talk of innocent civilians, hoping to regain ground, but Maher didn't budge.
All concerned about the innocent civilians that have been collectively punished and murdered, largely children and women.
Of course.
And are you at all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
Hostin tried a new angle. Since she couldn't win the earlier argument, she attempted to paint Maher as someone who condones violence against civilians. It was a standard moral attack, but Maher saw it coming and shut it down with ease.
That's ridiculous, but it's a war.
Why?
It's a war. Because it's a war and they were attacked and they're defending themselves. Now, this is a war. Do you think Hamas needs to be destroyed?
She took another swing, framing him as someone abandoning liberal values. Maher fired back again, dismantling the tactic and making it clear he wasn't going to let moral posturing take the place of logic. His response was sharp and completely derailed the setup.
Is the question.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So how can we get out with a ceasefire?
All right. So Hamas needs to be destroyed because they are a terrorist organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means. Okay? And they say it very openly. They said, we did this attack. They've attacked Israel 5 times. They've started 5 wars since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community and they spent it on bombs and guns and building tunnels. So if they need to be destroyed, how do we do that? It's a war. I don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to do that. I assume the Israeli Of course, everybody is, but that's what happens in a war. Here's a way to stop that. Stop attacking Israel.
Then came another moment that froze the room. Maher delivered a calm but brutal truth, and the audience applauded. Everyone except Hostin. She clearly felt the heat. Maher exposed the weakness in the woke playbook so cleanly that even the left-leaning crowd couldn't help but clap.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And it's narrative over truth. You know, I mean, it's not like when I hear people talk on either side of it, I always think they're lying. They're just telling me half of it.
Yeah.
And I never trust them anywhere until I check out the other half.
Whoopi later asked if the media pushes narratives instead of facts. Maher didn't hesitate. He said the far left is often more focused on protecting a story than telling the truth. Anyone who questions it gets shamed or cancelled. That, he said, is why he refuses to join the woke crowd. Hostin tried one more time to accuse him of abandoning liberalism, but Maher was ready.
Old school liberals, which I would mostly count myself as, old school conservatives, there's still some of those left.
You've changed, though.
Wait, what are the other two?
Go ahead.
Well, that's what I was trying to find out in this book. I don't think I have. And, you know, we were saying in the break, we have to come up with a new word for woke. Let's have a contest, because this is a word that's triggering. But, I mean, those concepts that are different than they were 5 years ago.
He explained that he's an old-school liberal who believes in helping people improve their lives, not keeping them stuck. He gave an example. An old-school liberal wants homeless people in safe shelters. The woke crowd insists they stay on the sidewalk, and anyone who complains gets labeled insensitive. It was a clear contrast, and it landed hard.
This was a term that I thought we kind of came up with because people were calling them bums and vagrants and hobos.
Now that's
homeless. No.
It's unhoused.
Well, it's people
Unhoused.
experiencing
Unhoused.
homelessness. But they're experiencing it on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, the liberal view of that was for compassion's sake. We're the liberals. We're compassionate. Let's get these people off the street.
Yeah.
That's not the view of the, whatever word we're going to come up with for this. Their view of the homeless is they're an endangered species that needs to be protected in their natural habitat, living their best life under a bridge.
Maher's mix of humor and blunt criticism impressed many viewers. Comments poured in praising him for exposing contradictions in woke culture and calling out Hostin for twisting words. The View expected a friendly conversation, but what they got was a masterclass in cutting through bad arguments. Maher even took a jab at President Biden during the show, calling out concerns about his age and fitness for office.
Biden just presents as old. It's not really fair.
No.
Because he's almost the same age. Trump is almost the same age as him.
I know.
But Trump doesn't present that way. You know, you look at somebody right away, you can kind of just sum them up. I mean, we are not young, but we don't present as old.
Yeah.
Biden does. I saw him yesterday making that speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, he's cadaver-like.
That comparison didn't hold back. Being labeled unfit is harsh enough, but Maher's joke about Biden resembling a cadaver was a full-on roast. It fed into the popular theory that Biden isn't the one calling the shots. By the time Maher wrapped up, Hostin's arguments were gone, and the woke narrative she tried to defend was in pieces.